Women are the new victims of the Me Too movement. They've pushed men so far away that men won't approach, but women are sad about it. Why won't these guys approach me? It's because every time we do, we're hit with ridicule, we're hit with shame, insults, and we're done. I got a banger from P's World. Let's get straight into it.
The Me Too movement failed because it hit exactly the wrong people. Actually, like, the point of the Me Too movement, other than just, giving women a platform to talk about this sort of thing, was that it was supposed to scare bad actors, like whip them into shape. Like, women aren't being quiet about this stuff anymore, so your dirty laundry is going to be out there if you don't act right. Except that's not what it did. Because bad actors are usually bad enough not to care about the consequences, but what you do scare is the nice guys who now think that it's illegal to even approach a woman. And I'm genuinely not exaggerating here. The number of men that are in my comments saying you can't approach a woman because it's actually illegal, like you'll go to jail, is utterly insane. And it was never the OG stories about actual SA. I think everyone acknowledges that those were real. It was all those women who wanted to be included and didn't really have a story, so they kind of pulled some.
It's always the 4s and 5s, right? And we're like, he's harassing me. Baby girl, nobody's harassing you.
Something borderline about a guy just being creepy, even if he did nothing wrong, just to feel included. There are literally women who will make videos about guys who approach them anywhere in public and just say.
See, that's terrifying to me. Oof, I paused at a bad moment. I'm sorry there, honey, because I know you're on our side there. But I think that's why a lot of guys aren't approaching right now, because they do approach a woman. She whips her phone out. The next thing you know, you're on freaking TikTok. You're like, wait, that was me. I was just asking her what time it was. Guys are getting shamed for the most mundane things, whereas back in my day, in the 90s and early 2000s, you approach a woman, she ain't going to whip out a camera phone on you. The worst thing she could say is literally no. But now the worst thing she can say is essay. You know what I mean? A woman can record you, report it to your job, get you fired, get you publicly shamed or ridiculed. There's a lot more at stake now than there was 10, 15 years ago.
Say that they're creeps for talking to a woman that they don't know. Now, does this mean that those guys are right and you will actually go to jail? No, they need to get offline and touch grass. Real men go out and approach women every single day, and if you can find me an example of a guy getting thrown in jail for just talking to a woman, I will eat my words. But it does mean that women can't have it both ways. You can't just complain about a man talking to you and then also complain about a different one not talking to you in public just based on whether or not you find them hot.
Well, the thing is with women, dude, and this is the hypocrisy of it all, is that if he's a good-looking guy, you'll accept his advances, but if he's not a good-looking guy, he's a creep. Even though they could say the same exact thing. There's a guy, I thought I saved the post, but I guess I didn't. He was basically on Tinder, and he had put in his bio that he had been arrested 14 times for DV, domestic violence, and had a history of hitting women. But he was a complete Chad, really good-looking guy. And the dude got 250 matches. So it's you ladies really don't care about that stuff. You're shallow enough to go for a guy that's really good looking, just like a lot of men are shallow enough to go for a really good looking woman. But at least in my opinion, I think most men, if they saw that you'd been arrested 15 times for DV, they're like, I'm going to stay away. That is a massive red flag, bro. But women will look at this and be like,
what they do?
It doesn't matter. Who cares? It's wild to me.
I understand what the Me Too movement was trying to accomplish, but it completely misfired. It didn't hit the predators. It hit all the men who were already worried about being creepy.
Yeah, I don't think.
I mean, she's got a point. Shout out to that young lady. She has a really good point there. I mean, the Me Too movement has changed and transformed because now it seems like men can't be the men that they've always been told they should be. Approach women, be chivalrous, shoot your shot. Guys are discouraged for that because there's so many women that'll shame you publicly.
It's the average guy's mindset anymore to think that girl's attractive, let's try and speak to her. I think it just stops at, that girl's attractive. Because you want to speak to her, but I think we've all given up. I think everybody has given up on the prospect of branching out from the bubble that they're in, and they've just said, yeah, fuck it. It's all right to just say, yeah, she's attractive. That's it. The girl that's...
What I tell, especially younger men, is go for women that like you, bro. If you can go for a woman that gives you attention, more than likely she's digging you and vibing you. She'll let you get away with the line. So go do your thing. But go where your energy's reciprocated and appreciated. If you're shooting your shot at a woman and she's not giving you no energy back, no push and give, no give and go, bro, keep it pushing. Stop wasting your time for a woman you got to shoot up constantly at and try to get her attention. Because I haven't said this quote in a while, but I'll say it for you guys because I haven't said it in a while. But a woman that's hard to get is easy to keep. Shubadanaya, should have bought a Honda, put it on a t-shirt. And a woman that's easy to get is hard to keep. It's just how it is. There's also another one that's a man that's hard to get is easy to keep. Or a woman that's hard to get goes for a man that's easy to get. I don't know. I heard somebody else say it, but I was like, man, I said this last year. If she's hard to get, she's easy to keep, and if she's easy to get, she's hard to keep. Because you got to think, let's just break that down. Think about it there for a second. For a woman that's tough to get, that means you have to pretty much break a lot of walls down, and you know what kind of walls I'm talking about. You're sick. You're sick. But for real though, my dildo. So if you're breaking down a lot of these walls, you're breaking down who she is as a person, and you're getting to know her on an emotional level. You're almost getting to know her just like a friend, right? You're getting to know the real her. She's opening up to you. This takes time. This takes persistence, and this takes some emotional intelligence, because you have to get to know this woman on a level that's more than just superficial and skin deep, right? You have to really get to know the person, her, who she is, how she ticks, what makes her happy, what makes her sad, what gives her her ups and downs. If you can really break down those walls, and it's kind of tough for you to do it, she's very easy to keep, because that basically shows me, especially when you're doing this with a woman, it shows me that you don't give up who you are very easily. You don't share your energy very easily. You don't share your emotions very easily. You don't tell people about your personal problems, your personal beliefs, and the way you feel about the world very easily. So for you to have given me that privilege, that means you really trust me. And trust is a very strong thing in a relationship, something you must have. Chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Trust is the #1 thing you must have in any relationship, and whether it's a friendship or a romantic relationship. So once a woman has had you really work for that trust and given it to you, she's pretty easy to keep. Let's flip it though. A woman that's easy to get is hard to keep. If she's really easy to get and she just gives up all of her personal information, she's like, yeah, here's access to my body, here's access to my mind, my spirit. She's going to give it up to every other guy. She's just going to be a basic runner.
She's a runner, she's a track star.
It's going to be very hard to keep her and keep her attention when she's so willing to give up so much of herself in a short period of time. That's why I think working for a woman goes in a man's favor more than it goes for his detriment. Because if you're having to work for her, you're having to work for her trust, and trust is something that should be built. Trust is not something that should just be given away. Chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree.
In the same queue as you, the same cafe, the same bar, you just think she's attractive and move on with your life. I think that's the mindset that you all have. I don't even think you have the mindset of she's attractive, let me try and speak to her.
Are you approaching girls at a bar?
Me?
Who, me?
Who, me? I'm too nervous. I just wait in the corner and sipping my drink and be mysterious.
I honestly find that guys aren't approaching girls at the bar anymore.
Weirdly enough, yeah, me neither. I usually would hear like my friends like be like, "Oh my god, like, I'm gonna go up to that girl." I'm like, "Okay, cool."
Not
no one really
anymore.
does.
It's like one of your friends said it to me recently. So another guy I know said it to me,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "You're all very attractive men," and they're like, "I am like terrified. I'm anxious,"
Yeah.
and then I'm like, "You don't even have to be anxious because you're so attractive. They're coming up to you. Like that's why."
What you also have is the fact.
But on the flip side, men aren't approaching, yes, but I don't think a lot of women know how to even be approached. Like, you ladies don't even know how to act when a guy does approach you. You don't open up. You can't have a conversation with him. You're very bland. You're very dry. Like, you want a guy to approach you and like you, and if he's an attractive guy, he's already got pick of the litter, because once again, Chad, if he's good enough for you, he's good enough for a few. Shubba-danaya, shoulda bought a Honda, put it on a t-shirt. I had to put that on the soundboard. So many quotes we're spitting out these days, chat.
I may need to retract
God, such a bad idea, because she just fell.
my suggestion for women to hit on men more so, because y'all are showing how bad you are at it.
That's pretty.
Bro, that was horrible. She straight fell. She ate it. She was just, ugh. You know what I'm saying? She ate it, bro. Poor baby. That poor little baby, brother.
Here's what I think about when it comes to men approaching women. Why don't you do it more often? Honestly, I'm getting sick of everyone being like, well, women have just shoved us out so hard where they don't want to be approached anymore. I'm like, okay, listen. First of all, you can tell.
It's the vocal fry for me and the constant monotone voice, and I don't even know why. God, that gets on my nerves. I did a whole video on this. These women that they sound masculine, they speak stream of consciousness, which I guess I do that, but they have zero inflection. And that, yeah, I went out for a matcha and I just got that and I did this and I went and got a Starbucks afterwards and I went and got a Jimmy John sandwich and then I have my Coke Zero and yeah, I have my little dog here, my Frenchie. Like, ugh, it's so annoying to me.
Tell a vibe if it's there or not immediately, right? A guy came up to my friend and I at Boondocks and he was like, are you guys from here? And we're like, yeah, or we're not from here, but like, we live here now. And whenever you go to Boondocks in Scottsdale, you know they're going to be surrounded by
Whenever you go to Boondocks in Scottsdale, this.
bachelor parties, okay? So like, just keep your eyes open, keep everything peeled. Like, you're going to probably be around some guys that are trying to like look to just be there, hit it and quit it, which is, you know, I mean, good for you. He came in and he was like asking us where they should go. And we're like, you don't have anything planned? He's like, no. I'm like, okay, well, that just seems like wrong. And it seems like an excuse for you to come up to us. But like, we weren't mean to him. We were just like talking to him. Like, it was a conversation. I think like, if you just go up to a woman and have a conversation, why not just try it? I don't get it.
This is why I also tell men to be very situated. What are we doing here? Now we're showing off the sandwich. Good Lord.
Stupid.
Be very situational when it comes to when you do approach a woman. If you can just be about what's happening in the moment, that's probably your best route.
Scottsdale. I think the biggest thing for me is that I'm a confident, outgoing person. I really do have no problem going up to someone, but like, I want to see if a man has confidence and comes up to me.
Bro, and this woman is straight up.
You're average looking at best.
That's what I ultimately find sexy. You know, like, if you have confidence and you have a good personality and you come up to me and you have no problem doing it and having a conversation, like, I'm into it. I think that's really...
Why do women think that's just so easy? If you just are confident and have a great personality, do you know how difficult it is to be confident, like really confident and have a great personality? These aren't just things that you're just born with. You have to go out and work on those things, bro.
Sweet. Obviously, it depends how the conversation goes. If I can read that you're just kind of like a weirdo after that, like, then I'm going to be like, okay, swerve, right? But if you can hold a conversation, then most likely I'm like, okay, cool. Hey, how you doing?
I'll let you beat the cheekage.
I don't plan to meet the love of my life at a bar, but you never know. It's just getting to a point where I'm like, wow, men and women really are not speaking at bars anymore.
I always tell men, you don't meet your wife at the bar and you don't meet your husband at the club. Ain't that right, Loki? I've fallen at work and been injured. Oh, wait. I should call my lawyer.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan.
Hey, John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. It's Levi Nichs of YouTube. Can I get some cash, please?
Morgan & 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 Morgan.
Did you know that your injury could be worth millions of dollars? Morgan & Morgan is the largest injury law firm in America, and they've recovered over $20 billion for their clients. $20 billion? That's a lot of cash. The insurance companies tried to lowball me, but Morgan & Morgan was able to take my pain and suffering and turn it into cold, hard cash. It's almost a good thing I was injured. But wait. How much is Morgan & Morgan gonna cost me? You never owe them legal fees unless they're successful. So it's completely free unless you win? Yeah. Hiring a lawyer? That sounds like really difficult. It's actually super easy. You can just go to their website, and in a couple clicks, you can find out if you have a case. And you can literally do it from your smartphone. And remember, there is only one Morgan & Morgan. Wait, but it's two names though. How is it? Give me the script. Oh, both their last names. Okay, I get it. Okay, roll it. You can start your claim today by going to forthepeople.com/Levi, found in the description below. So if you're injured, you can trust Morgan & Morgan. Y'all know what time it is. Free. Sit. Wait. Can we get some frees in the chat? Free. Look at him. He's just such a cute little boy though, huh? Ain't he though? Ain't he cute? Ain't he just so freaking adorable, dude? But in my humble opinion, I think it's a lot of it is from men. I don't think men worry so much about the rejection side of things, but I think it's more of the humiliation that men worry about these days. Am I going to be on TikTok? Am I going to be plastered on our social media? Like, is she going to record a video of me? I think that stuff men worry about more because men have reputations. They have professional reputations. They have personal reputations they want to keep up. And if you know as a man you're one TikTok away from being publicly shamed online, like, bro, it's kind of a scary thing.
I posted a video about like how a man approached me at the bar, and I was like, that was so funny, blah, blah, blah. Like, why don't more men do this? Because they're not doing it anymore.
Bro, I have to play it again.
You're average looking at best.
So I just love it when these women are like, yeah, I just don't get it. I just don't understand. This chick is average.
And then so many men were coming at me like, no, women should approach men, you know, like we are so done being disrespected and blah, 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 blah. Listen, here's what I have to say. My girlfriends and I had a really good conversation about this last night, and my one girlfriend works in a barber shop, okay? So there was one barber who has been married for 25 years and counting, and then another barber who's 35 and single, okay? The married man was like, yo, what is going on with dating these days? Like, what is happening? What is going on? And the single guy was like, well, I'm done approaching women because they're disrespectful and blah, blah, blah. The married man was like, okay, well, what happens when you get rejected or whatever? Like, what do? Do you just move on and try again? Like, what are you doing? And he's like, no, I actually fight them on it. And I want to like prove my point and just like let them know that they've been disrespectful and like, whatever, I'm going to argue it. And he was like, why don't you just take the L, move on, and then try again? What do you think that I did? I didn't get rejected.
Dude, one of the best ways to avoid it is anytime, like if let's say you're talking to a chick and she can kind of tell you're like, you're trying to put the schmooze on, I mean, you're trying to Kool-Aid, mix up the Kool-Aid a little bit. And she's like, oh, I have a boyfriend. I'm like, oh, I didn't see you that way at all. Like, I kind of got a friend vibe from you, for real. Wait, you thought me? Oh no, like, I know I'm way out of your league. Like, as soon as a woman tries to admit that you're trying to, put the moves on her, immediately just do the complete opposite. Oh no, like, I don't like you like that at all. I saw you as like a friend. Wait, you got a man? Why are you out here talking to other guys? Like, I would just gaslight the mess out of her. That's what I used to do, at least. And sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't, but you got to figure out what game works with your personality. But the best way to do it is go out there and just get some chops at the ball. You know what I mean? You got to go out there and swing.
Before I found my wife, what do you think is happening?
It's so.
Yeah. I don't think it's entirely like men's bad on this. I think women, what they've done is they've pushed men so far away that guys are like, bro, I'm kind of sick of the whole song and dance of approaching women, especially these mid women that want these guys that are 6 foot, 6 pack, and 6 inches,
That has happened since eternity, and all of a sudden now all these men are like,
No, actually what has happened, in my opinion, since eternity is men have become high value and women are like, ooh, I want that guy. Maybe they haven't approached, but usually men could approach, and like the first couple approaches, they were good. They got a girlfriend, something like that, Nowadays, you got to approach 50 women to barely get a first date.
Cry back, baby bitches. Sorry.
But it's also because, sorry I'm pausing so much. I just have these thoughts come to my head. I think it's mainly because regular, everyday, average women just like this have the same pull as a celebrity man. If a girl right now gets on her IG and posts a bikini picture, just a regular bikini picture, and she ain't even got to have a body yachty like that. She could be regular, degular, average, schmaverage. She might get 150 likes. Bunch of comments. Oh my God, baby, you look so good. Oh my God, you're so hot. Oh my God, sexy. Hard eyes. She's getting all this validation online, so she thinks that correlates to her value in real life. Buddy boy, your internet validation does not correlate to real life. Bro, I have 250,000 subscribers, and shout out to you guys. Shout out to every single one of you. When I go to HEB, nobody knows who I am. People aren't noticing me. Is there less than 250,000 people in that HEB? Oh yeah, for sure. You can biggity bet it. When I go to the mall, nobody notices me. When I go out with Cass, nobody notices me. Nobody knows who I am. Now, on the internet, you guys know who I am. You guys see me. But when I'm out in public, it's not the same way. Women hold on to this stuff, though. They go, on IG, I'm getting all this validation. This is my IRL real world worth. And that is not the case, brother man. That's your internet worth. That's all the simps online. That's why I say we got to end this epidemic. That's all the simps online giving you constant validation. A woman can post a bikini pic on her story, and she'll have 15 guys flooding her freaking story messages. Cass would do that when we were like first dating. She would show me the Instagram messages she would get. If she posted like a selfie that was like, good morning, 10 or 15 guys, good morning, beautiful. Hey, beautiful, what's going on? Hey, what's up? There were guys that had hit her up for a year straight. A year straight. Good morning, beautiful. What's happening, beautiful? Good morning. I'm like, brother, give it up. These guys are just so persistent. I was like, oh my God, I would never have a girl in my DMs for a straight year saying good morning. But guys will do it. And then these women, they have that online and they go, that's how hard a guy should try all the time. And I'm like, bro, no.
Maybe your mom coddled you a little bit too much, but that's how it works for women approaching men as well. And this is what else I have to say that I kind of clicked in my head, because so many motherfuckers like to tell me, oh, you're masculine. No one wants you because you're masculine. But then
I mean, they kind of got a point.
You guys are dead ass on the next TikTok saying, well, you should approach men. Oh, so you want me to try to be feminine for you, but then also,
ooh, try to be baby girl, you're either feminine or not. It's not a light switch. It's just like a man's masculine or not. It's not. It's this whole like choice femininity. Oh yeah, I can be for the right guy, I'm feminine. That argument is so dumb.
have that masculine quality of like going up to a man and like inserting my dominant. Like, what do you want? What do you want? 1 + 1 = 2, and 2 + 2 = 4. Then what the fuck do you want? I saw this happen in real life last night. I was a DD for my friends, and they went out, and I was like, by them, whatever. This drunk ass man goes up to my friend who's dancing, and she was like, get away. Like, I'm good, dude. Like, and he was blacked out. You could see his, like, one eye was this way, the other one was this way, okay? And he's like all over my friend, and she's like, dude, please, like, get away from me. He dead ass, and I have the clip and I'll put it right fucking here. He goes like this. He's like, ugh. He's like trying to fight her because she was not interested in him. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on?
Bro, that is such a stupid take. Stupid. You're at a bar where people go to get drunk and you're surprised you ran into a drunk? Gotcha, bitch. You gotta be kidding me. You're not at church. You're not at a singles event. You're at the bar where they're playing loud music and you're surprised a guy's blackout drunk. What did you expect, for him to be sober as a judge? What did you expect? Those are the types of people you surround yourself with. Therefore, those are the types of people you're going to meet. You go to a bar, you meet drunks. It's pretty common knowledge there. You look like you're old enough to understand that if you go out in public to a bar or to a club where people are inebriated and drinking alcohol, more than likely, you're going to run into somebody who's drunk, dude. Look, I have a video of it, and that's prime. That's a prime example right there of why men don't approach, is because they get videotaped. Yeah, he was drunk. He was at a bar. He was doing what he should be doing. It's just drinking at a bar. I don't see the problem in that, right? Now him getting up in people's faces, know your role. But if he's blackout drunk, I mean, eventually you have to take some responsibility to say, you know what? I put myself at this bar. I put myself at this club. If I don't want to be around drunk people, I probably shouldn't go to the bar or the club. If you just want to stay at your girl's place and drink mocktails or wine and listen to Taylor Swift, do your thing, stay there. But you wanted to be at the bar for a reason. If you're going to be at the bar, one of the obvious consequences is that you're going to be around drunk people. Like, are you kidding me?
I don't care who this person is in this video either. Like, that was fucking weird. What men are not understanding when it comes to women is that I have to have my head on a swivel 24/7. Women
that's...
You're a liar!
Cap. No, you don't.
to have their head on a swivel and be aware of their surroundings more than men. Point blank fucking period. I have to worry about like my maintenance workers like around here being...
No. Male on male violence is much more prevalent than female on male, I believe. Let's just do a quick little search here, chat. Percentages on male to male violence versus male to female violence. Let's see if we can find something here. Male to male violence accounts for the majority of murders, 64%. While domestic violence is a gendered crime, no, it's not. I have something that proves that it's not. With female victims far more prevalent than male victims. While lifetime victimization rates of intimate partner violence, IPV, differ by gender, with more women experiencing it, male-on-male violence is significant and a factor in homicide, accounting for the majority of murders. Men are more likely to experience physical violence from other men compared to women. So that argument just got debunked real quick.
Being like not too nice to them, nice enough, but to the point where they don't think that I'm gonna be fucking like, hey, come into my apartment. I need to like draw that line because I'm a fucking woman. If I am getting approached by a man and I'm not interested, whether it's the fucking, he's not my type, he's not funny, he's being weird, women have a gut feeling. There are so many different reasons why, like if a man approaches me and I'm like, no, this isn't it, blah, blah, blah. There's different types of like reactions. There's one like last night, this guy came up to me, he was nice, but not my type. And I was like, no, I'm good. And I had a good conversation with him. And then we moved on with our life. There was other men that I'm like, get the fuck away from me. And it's warranted. So if you are one of those people that are just getting rejected time and time again at the bar, look inward. Are you being creepy? Are you trying to like, what are you trying to do? Are you... Look
inward. I love it. She's at the bar getting approached by degenerates and wondering, why am I getting approached by degenerates? It's because you're around degenerates. You're around people that are doing degenerate things and you're wondering why you're getting bad results. You want a better pick of men, go to church, go to an area where there's, men that have probably a little bit of a higher character. For, like I always say, you don't meet your wife at the club, you don't meet your wife at the bar.
And that's going around where it's like, unfortunately, I do love. Mine is, unfortunately, I do love men. Like, I'm sorry. In the last, 12 hours, I've literally had my ex thing, I don't even know what to call it, my ex situation.
You're buck fuddy, dude.
She's a runner, she's a track star.
I love it when a woman tells her bop lore. Can I get some bop lores in the chat, please?
Of fucking half a year. Ring me whilst he's outside another girl's house. That's a whole different story. I then have also had the guy that I am now also interested in telling me that he can't see me today. And I'm like, no, that doesn't work for me. I want to see you. So you're going to see me. But he said no. Brilliant. And then a guy that I've never even met up with yet, who I've spoken to a couple of times over the last couple of years is like, I'm coming over today, and I'm like, no, that's not on my terms. So unfortunately, I do hate men, but unfortunately I also hate myself, because this has to be on my terms, baby, and none of this is on my terms, and I fucking hate it. I hate it. I hate men. I hate it. I hate men. I can't do this anymore.
How many men are you talking to, baby girl? Goodness gracious. So many men. Many men, many men, many men. I don't know who it was that asked to put that on there, but I got y'all, bro. I got y'all. I added it. All right, let's get into the Twitter and see if I can find some clips for you guys. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure I do, but you guys know I'm not a professional here, so I gotta text me just a second to find them. Find them. I got a ton of stuff on Charlie Kirk, which RIP to Charlie Kirk. Okay, I think this is a pretty good clip here.
So I was very interested in the science behind why men are attracted to big fat asses. And it gets deep. So apparently in many species, including humans, physical traits that signal reproductive health tend to become attractive. So for men, attraction to...
Chat, let me know, are you a buns or breast kind of guy? Let me know. Buns or breasts?
A fatter ass and wider hips signaled basically survivability and better reproduction. Now listen. So the science behind it is a fat ass is tied to gluteofemoral fat storage. That's the fat that's tied in your hips and your butt and your thighs. That fat...
I'm gonna keep it at that one. I'm a buns guy. She got those legs and thighs. Ooh-wee. That's what I love, baby.
That is rich in DHA, a type of acid in your body that is crucial.
I'll give you some DHA.
For fetal brain development. They said that wide hips and a round butt also indicated a healthier birth because the pelvis was likely broad enough to allow successful delivery. Now, this doesn't mean bigger is always better, because not every girl has a big fat ass. But what matters a lot is the waist to hip ratio. The waist,
as we call it in the industry, that coke body figure.
To hip ratio. So even if you have small proportions, even if they're proportioned well, then that signals, again, attraction. That's what the male brain keys in on. Now, remind you, this is science. This ratio is strongly linked to hormonal balance.
I'll make a girl hormonal.
Estrogen dominance, higher fertility, and lower risk of chronic disease. In other words, men read it as a health plus fertility marker. Modern studies using fMRI show that when men see an idealized waist to hip ratio, not just large size, remember, but proportioned, it literally lights up the reward centers in their brain, like similar to like addictive substances, which suggests the preference is deeply hardwired, not...
Which is probably why a lot of you guys like big booty Latinas.
Just cultural or like because it's trendy. So yeah, do with that information what you will. That shit blew my mind. And if you want to know about like...
And it's pretty cool. I saw her talking about it. I didn't watch the entire video, but I saw that she was doing like a little... She looked into the stats of it. And I was like, oh man, this is pretty interesting. There is a show on HBO Max. I can't not remember what it's called. It is a super weird show though. But it's called like, it's something like Dating Naked or something. I can't remember. But basically these contestants come out butt-ass naked, and a person they whittle it down from like 6 people, and they finally pick one person, and at the very end they get naked, and they have like, or it's 2 people that they've picked plus them, and they're all naked, and then they're like, all right, they pick who they want to go on this date with or whatever. But what's fascinating, it's a British show, they'd never do that in America, but what's fascinating about that show is when they talk about these physical features, they get into stuff like that, like the waist to hip ratio. A bigger butt is a good sign of fertility. And so it's very interesting. What's that show called, dude? Let me see. HBO Max, Dating Naked. What's that? It's called something. Nude date. Oh, Naked Attraction. Naked Attraction. Bro, if you haven't seen that show, It's kind of funny. Me and Cash just put it on like on a whim one day, and it was hilarious. Like they be getting close up tights of people's minges, you know. They be getting up in there, and I'm like, God, we got an 85-inch TV, and I was walking by the TV, I wasn't paying attention, and it had a girl straight cooter cat, and I was like, oh my God, what is that? You know, some of these people got. I'm just saying, like, you go watch the show for yourself. It's absolutely wild. Isn't that right, Lokes? But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It's always good to have you guys out, man. Until next time. Peace.